Tiara here with Gypsyfae Creations. I almost had an accident there. I am going to be making another Game of Thrones inspired soap today, and it is using this Iron Islands fragrance. Iron Islands. It sounds like a very nice place to be, but I don't think it is. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and put together my lye into my oils here and give it a little mix. I'm going to go ahead and split off my colors into these two. I've got some Stormy Blue Mica from Brambleberry and some, this is the Fool's Gold Mica from Soapbox Micas. I have to get this straight. I never want to say it wrong. The colors for House Greyjoy are a black and gold because of the sigil is a black flag with a gold kraken on it. Bradley is going to read the notes to that fragrance on my phone.
Oh, I see.
Over there while I split this up, and then into the big bucket I am going to put some black oxide powder, and it's going to be a very dark black soap with just some accents of gold and blue. I really wanted to put the blue in there to represent the water, since they're islands and they're known for their ships and fleets. I thought blue needed to be in this and not just black and gold. So hopefully that's enough there. You want to read those notes? Can you find them?
I can't find them.
They should be right there. Right here. See
that's
a sentence.
That's a sentence.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It says, violent waves crash into the cliffs, while salty mist sprays into the air at Lordsport. This fragrance is finished with notes of wet sand dunes and seagrass.
So that is what that fragrance smells like.
Sand dunes and seagrass. Wet sand dunes, not regular. Not dry kind. Wet kind.
No, that would be Dorne, and that's a whole nother story.
Oh Lord.
Alright, so I'm just going to mix these colors in, and then I will go ahead and mix them up and add my fragrance. I guess if someone hasn't seen Game of Thrones before, we have to kind of describe what it's all about. Not go into detail, but because I'm making a Greyjoy soap and using a fragrance called Iron Islands, no one knows what the heck probably I'm talking about if they haven't seen the show.
Right.
Now I'm going to add a little bit more black oxide to this and stick blend it. So while I'm mixing in these fragrances, do you think we could explain to everyone like what Westeros is and what Greyjoy is? Do you think we can sum that up?
Yeah, sort of. So Westeros is a continent.
Mm-hmm. And there's 7 kingdoms.
And there are 7 kingdoms, yeah. And one of the kingdoms is the Iron Islands, correct?
Well, the Iron Islands is part of the 7 kingdoms.
Part of the 7 kingdoms, and one of the
head families or well-known
royal
families.
Houses,
yeah.
Sorta.
They all have their own name, like Greyjoy, Lannister. It's like their surname.
Yeah.
And so they also all have their own symbol as well. It's getting a little thick.
And slogan.
Yeah. So Greyjoy is represented by the Kraken, and again they're islands, so they like water and their ships, and that's what they're known for. Iron. I don't even know how to say iron. I don't even feel
why do you have trouble saying iron? Iron. Jeremy Irons.
How about an Arn?
Arn?
Can I just say Arn?
Maryland. Yeah. You want to tell people how people in Baltimore talk?
I try not to.
Arn Islands.
They like their water.
They like their water. Down there by the beach.
So
your water.
Down the ocean.
Down the ocean, yeah.
So since this is sticking up, I'm going to go ahead and just put a hanger swirl through this. You're right there, Bradley. And then I'll scrape out the rest of my bowls. And not doing too much to the top of this. I am going to probably sprinkle in some salt, I think. So let me pour in the rest of this black batter. So who's happy Game of Thrones is over?
Me! So happy it's over.
I wanted it to be over just because I was ready for it to end. Like, I was tired of people's predictions of how the show was going to end and who would be king and who will die. Like, it just was annoying of hearing everyone's predictions. Yours especially.
My predictions?
Because the person, I'm not trying to spoil anything, but the person you were like, yeah, this person's going to be king or queen, was not really someone I was like okay with. I don't know, I just feel like I'm going to complain about it because I'm one of those people that weren't happy with the endings.
You know what I was thinking about?
What?
Is how I was going to say something funny, saying that how I knew this person was going to be the person to take the throne was when Littlefinger says, sometimes I think about the worst possible thing that could happen. And
that was the worst
that was
possible
what the writers,
thing happened?
That's what the writers did.
That's awful.
The writers were like...
Yeah, that's not how I would have ended it. I really do think they rushed everything, and that, I don't know, they tried to kill off too many big things in 6 episodes.
You mean like knock out so many big things?
Yeah.
Like, so many plot points in 6 episodes.
Yeah, and I just feel like I wasted my life watching this show because I'm not happy with the ending. Now, I still like Game of Thrones because honestly, I was a little upset with the episodes that, ended it, but I had all these Game of Thrones fragrances and I was kind of like, I'm not even excited about using them now.
Yeah.
But I'm going to pretend those last 2 episodes didn't exist and continue on with my merry little life of ignorance. Yeah. I'll end it in my own way, in my head. There's so many different endings that could have happened, and that was not what I expected.
Definitely not.
Not happy.
I'm happy it's over, so that's good.
Well, I am too. I mean,
but and then
I'm sad at the same time though because I liked it so much. It was like our thing. For years we've been going over Sarah and Eric's house and having a little dinner and snacks and just chilling out and watching Game of Thrones every Sunday. And
we still have Outlander, my dear.
Yeah, but Game of Thrones was better.
No, I kind of like Outlander better now.
Oh. Do you think you can hand me a chopstick?
A chopstick?
Yeah.
I sure can there. Squeeze over here. Grab this nice chopstick for you.
Thank you.
Enjoying.
It's because I just want to...
Ooh, that's nice. Look at that.
Alright.
Beautiful.
I think I should leave it like this.
I think I kind of like it like that, yeah.
I still have to scrape out some of my bowls, so I think I'm going to play in it a little bit.
Okay, play away.
So I decided that I wanted to texture the top with a fork and make little waves on there. 'Cause waves make sense, right? And then I'll go ahead and sprinkle on some black sea salt, which you probably won't be able to see too much. I go from this way on this one. And then I'm going to come back in 24 hours and cut it, and then I have a special little stamp that I want to put on the front of it that I had custom made by Rockin' Robert Designs, my Etsy shop that I like to purchase from. He was kind enough to design all these Game of Thrones stamps for me, so all the future Game of Thrones soaps that I do will have those stamps on them. That was very exciting, and I'm just so late to getting around to making these soaps that now that the season's over and I'm disappointed, it's just like, it's not the same. But you guys tell me, if you are a fan of the show, what your thoughts were. I'll leave a little poll at the top right-hand corner that you can tell me either you loved it or you hate it. Some people were satisfied with it. I just didn't get the closure that I wanted. I feel like some of the characters deserved better. That's my opinion. I don't know. That wasn't the ending. I can't come to terms with that ending. It just didn't do it for me. Alright, I am going to give this a little spray with the rubbing alcohol. And come back in 24 hours to cut it. Okay, we're going to cut this, and I've turned it on its side because I don't want any of those salts to drag through it, and I'll just cut off a little end piece here. Nothing shows up there. Okay, let's keep going. Those end pieces do that. They're boring. That's why I cut them off.
Boring end pieces.
Alright, let's see. How's
Boom.
that?
Whoa.
That looks a lot better. It smells really good. It reminds me of a feather. Not what I was going for, but
Yeah, it does have that feather.
there's no feathers in this theme. So I am going to be honest, this is the third Game of Thrones fragrance that I've used. The second one turned out to be a total disaster, and I've put my fails on here before, and this one wasn't my fault, honestly. It was the fragrance's fault. It was an absolute nightmare. And I wasn't going to post it, but I had put a poll up on Instagram and asked, like, do you guys want to see this hot mess? And a lot of people were like, yes, show us the horrible monstrosity of it didn't even turn out as soap. I'll show you. I have it in a bowl, and I'm going to try to put it in a crock pot and rebatch it and make something out of it other than just having to throw it away. It is still things that make soap, so hopefully if I melt it all down and put it in a crock pot, it'll look okay. It'll be okay-ish, but the fragrance misbehaved in every way possible. I mean, it riced, accelerated, it separated. It was
amazing.
a big pile of plop.
It was amazing.
So everyone was like, yes, keep it real.
Keep it real.
I will keep it real, and I will post this awful soap video for you guys, and maybe you'll know not to try that fragrance, because that's the only thing I can learn about it and how to fix it was just not to use the fragrance.
At least not in soap. I'm not sure if you can put it somewhere else.
It smelled really great. I loved the notes that were in it, but as far as putting it in cold processed soap, it was a big no-no.
I feel like that happens very often. You find like a scent that is just phenomenal, and it just does
They're not all made. I mean,
want to
people
behave.
make other things that you can put it in, but
Yeah.
you know, soap. Things don't always behave in soap. Anyway, I have a stamp here. This is the Rockin' Roberts stamp, and that's the Greyjoy sigil
Amazing.
of the Kraken, and I am going to dip that in some mica and put a little impression on these guys. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and if you're new to the channel, think about subscribing. If you have any questions or comments, you can leave them in the comment section down below. And until next time, I hope you guys have a very nice day, and I'll smell you later.
Bye-bye.